I sit back and read the offense. Was it did it the Foxes? Chanel bag is ostrich. Stay down, come up in the process. Hey. Private jet, yeah. The same diamond milk, yeah. I'ma keep the on welfare. The pink stone real. Bling bling loud, yeah.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Minnesota Vikings. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now the rookie out of Georgia, Sony Michel. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Allen has it, left side. And right away, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Brady. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Brady finding Hogan on 3rd down, and the Patriots able to convert. They'll run it here. This is James White. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for 2nd down. Brady to throw on 2nd down. Wide open, Julian Edelman. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, here's Brady. And right side, caught, Hogan. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Chris Hogan, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Cousins on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Cousins going with a screen for Murray. And some room to work. And now running right through it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Lean it, 48.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Cousins. and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. They get it to him running left. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
And they've stopped him on the first 2 downs. Obviously, this is an important play coming up here. I think it's more so for the guys on defense because if they stop him here, I think they've set the tone for the entire game, how difficult it's going to be to score on them.
An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. Cousins now. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Daniel Carlson now for the Viking field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Carlson is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
They find some open field here. Cordero Patterson. All the way in. Touchdown, New England. Cordero Patterson, 92 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
One of the most athletic, electrifying players with a ball in his hand that I've scouted in many, many years. I thought he'd be a better receiver in the league. That hasn't happened. But his special teams coach, he gives him the green light to return it from anywhere in the end zone, and now you see why.
I think you used the right word, partner, electrifying. Cordero Patterson, we saw it there. He is electrifying. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed.
Super toe.
They start the drive with Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Cousins now on second down. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They run the counter with Cook, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Second down, Cousins. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's third down.
That one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Cousins to throw it. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And Rudolph has it left side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Short yardage, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Carlson now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Patriots coming out now. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that 1st quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times, it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put
the ball popped in the air and intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Cousins now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. This is Scarborough. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
All right, now here we go.
doesn't. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Brady and the Patriots now, 1st and 10 at the 20. So after the INT, it's Brady. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Well, there it is, partner. Brady to Gronk, their first connection of the game.
You think those two often in sync?
I don't think there's any question about it. And, look, we know Gronk has a whole lot of fun, but he's deadly serious about his football, as is Tom Brady. Two great competitors, two fantastic players.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady. And he's got Edelman on the out route. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Brady to his hold reliable Edelman, and the Patriots have a 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And out now come the Vikings. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any.
Cook strip, the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Patriots. Now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. He Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Gostkowski the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Darius Stewart now on the return. And now out comes Minnesota. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And that is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. 3rd down here.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins.
We got three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They pitch it out to Cook. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, Cook. Always got some breathing room. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. A first down throw for Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Cousins now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he gets it down to the 32. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. Cousins again. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, Cousins. That is caught inside the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing, Cousins. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Final play of the half. Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown, as his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-17. Carlson now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top, as we'll get you down the coast. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Here's Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there, as they'll get 20 and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A give. This is Cook. And he's got room. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Now Scarborough, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8, now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on 3rd and goal? Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
By 20! One play at a time now!
They'll try to get this offense going with Michelle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call it student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation, 28 toss. And 28 toss was their bread and butter. They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
By
On second down, here's Brady. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Hey, wait, 20, 380.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And able to find Dorsett. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he's gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Sheds off the tackle. Chris Hogan. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Chris Hogan with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
And this is what coaches talk about, never being satisfied. No matter what the lead, always trying to increase it. You never know what can happen in this NFL.
Extra point try for Gostkowski. Gostkowski with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Handoff comes to Cook. Room here to run. And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have made this now a 1-score game. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try. To throw, Cousins. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Carlson now to kick this one away. Now it's Patterson. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And it's Michel once again. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A give. This is Michel. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On second down, Michel. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami, ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32.
220! 220!
Looking back to the air on second down. It's Brady. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's first and 10 at the 14. They'll turn to Michel as they go back to the ground. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. And they will run it with Michel. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
He'll get it up the middle. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings. Oh, Tom Brady still down on the ground. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd down, Cousins. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Cousins able to connect with Treadwell for a Minnesota first. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
On the handoff, it's Michel. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Andrew Sendejo in on the stop.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
20.
Now Brady. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On play action, Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Here's where this crowd can really help make things difficult. It's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Wide.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. And now out come the Patriots. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They'll run it. This is Michel. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a toss play. This is White. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down. Try
and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Pats, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.